Hey guys, it's Coach Woods again. Second day of school. Making this video a week before, so bear with me. Try to make it quick. On your Google Classroom, which you should be signed up for already, you go to the classwork and you click on the third thing down that says, what is computer science and logins and passwords. So today we're going to make sure that you can sign into your Chromebook. Sign into your Google, to your email, and get on your Google Works. Sign up for code.org, sign up for uscience.com, and then we have a password management sheet that we're going to use to make sure we remember all of it. So get ready real fast and watch this. If you need to pause it, go right ahead. I'm in 5th period on my Google Classroom. So the first thing we're going to do is watch a video. There's the link to it right there. We'll watch that in class, and then basically just talking about introduction to what computer science is and how many things it encompasses. And people think, oh, it's just coding or it's just this or that, but really there's a whole lot more to it, and it goes in. Computer science is a part of a whole lot of things that you guys don't even realize yet. By the time you get done with this course, you may end up changing your mind about maybe a career or even your just personal perspective on computer science. After that, what we're going to do is make sure you guys can get into all these accounts. So let's get started. First one is all your school accounts that you use to log on to the computer are going to be your same username from last year. It should be your first initial of your first name and then your last name. So mine is T Woods, and then your password. All your passwords to log into the computer were reset to password 1 with a capital P. So it would be capital PASSWORD and 1, not a number sign, just 1 right after it, no spaces. Once you get in, you need to change your password. Okay. Once you've changed your password, the same thing is going to happen with your Google. So if you go to your Gmail, or if you open up a Google Chrome and go to your Gmail, you're going to try to log in with Google stuff, and it's going to be password 1 as well. So make sure you reset that as soon as you get logged in. And then what you're going to do, we've shared with you a password management sheet right here. I'm going to have some printed out for my kids in class, but if you're not, and you can use this on your Google Classroom just to keep it as a digital file if you want to write it. But some of you guys that are here in school, you may end up forgetting what your passwords are to all these and what your usernames are. So this is just an easy way to stay organized, make sure you don't ever get locked out. You can save this in your computer science folder, which we're about to make here in just a second. So you guys have gotten on your computer or on your Chromebooks, and you're able to get into your Google stuff, like Gmail and your Google Drive. Let's see, the very next thing we need to do is let's talk about Google Drive, and let's make a folder real fast. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm on my email, and here's what I do. I go to the dots on the side. I click it and click on Drive. Okay. Once I'm in the Drive, I see I've got a few folders made. Here's my classroom, computer science lessons. Here's some drone shots I like, some golf stuff, some soccer stuff. So what you guys can do is, the best way to make a folder is to go New and click on Folder, and that will create a folder for you. You'll name it. You guys can name it Computer Science, and you click Create. A folder will show up down here. If you click on it, double click on it, then all the stuff that you're doing in there, or if you've saved in there, will pop up. You can make folders within that folder. If you want to go back, just hit the back button. So at that point, if I were to go save anything, we'll talk about the Drive file stream. If I wanted to go, let's say if I wanted to go make a document, let's say I made it in Word. Real fast. Let's just say I made a document and I wanted to save it, save as, and I wanted to save it in that same folder that I just made in my Google Drive. The best thing to do is, and I'm gonna go ahead and save this here, and I'll just put it as that dog. But if I didn't want to save it and file just on this computer, a lot of kids come up to me and say, Coach, I moved computers and I was working on this the other day at that computer and I never got to find it. Well, this is the reason why you got to do this. So I can go down to my start button and I look in here and I find Drive file stream. I want to click on that. A Drive file stream, mine is already running, but if yours is not running, it'll have you log in with your Google, your username, which is your email, and your password, whatever your Google password was, and your file stream will come up. And a file stream means this. When I go to save, like I just went to save this, and I hit save as, what will happen is, this will pop up to where you can save it to a file on your computer, except this Google Drive file stream will be right here. And this basically is a shortcut that links your computer straight to your Google Drive. Okay, and so now I can click on My Drive and click on whatever folder I want to save that in. Now there's a longer way to do that, would be to do it like I did before. I saved this document into a folder on my computer, and then I could go and upload it, and I'll show you how to do that if you want to know. So I go to my drive, and if I wanted to upload something, I could just click on computer science or whatever folder I wanted it to go into, and I could click new and then file upload, and then I would just go find whatever file it was that I wanted to upload, and it would go into it. Okay. Excuse me. So you guys, the more you mess around with that, the more you use it, the better you'll get at making sure you're organized. It's a really good way to be organized. And like I said, if you ever switch computers in my class or go to another class and you're wanting to work on the same thing, you saved it just a computer, then you're not going to be able to access it. But if you save it to your Drive file stream and put it in your Google Drive, you'll be able to access it anywhere, and any computer at school or anywhere at home or wherever you need to. So it's very helpful. See what the next part is. UScience login. So UScience, I'm going to open up a new tab and go to uscience.com. Okay, and I will go to login, and I'll go to create an account, and you'll fill out all this stuff, and then when you do the activation code, you're going to find that in my Google Classroom. So let's see where it's at. In every Google Classroom on this assignment, I posted the codes right here. So this one's for 5th period. So if you're not in my 5th period, you need to ignore this one. But if you were, let's just say Mason Blevins, you'd go find this code 6CU2-3GS4, and you would type that in the UScience activation code. Okay, so you'll find your name wherever you're at, and you'll make sure you get that done. Once UScience basically is it's something that you'll use for Keystone, and what we do, since we have 3 computer science classes, we get to see all the kids for every day. And Keystone, Miss Sexton teaches Keystone right next door. She only sees kids, half the kids for the first semester, and she sees the other half of the 9th grader for the second semester. So she doesn't get to reach every 9th grader every day. What computer science classes do. So that's the reason why we do some Keystone stuff in our class. If you got questions about it later, these UScience stuff are really cool. They're kind of like mind games. And we'll do those probably 2 or 3 times a week until we get them done. There's like 13 lessons. They're not bad at all. Let's see the next part. Make sure you got signed up for that and wrote your password down on your password sheet. The next part is Google Classroom. You guys are watching this video should already be in my Google Classroom. The last thing I'm going to tell you is to join code.org. So we'll go to code.org. And we will click sign in, and you're going to create an account, and you're going to continue with Google, and it'll ask you which account you want to sign into. Make sure you're using your Greenwood K-12 account. I've already got one, so I'm not going to do it. But once you guys do that, you'll be signed in. We're going to use code.org for a lot of things this year. A lot of assignments are going to be based off of code.org stuff. You guys may be familiar with it already. You may not be. Once you've done that, you really don't have to remember a password for that if you've signed in with Google. Just wherever you make sure you sign in to code.org in the future after that, you make sure that you click that sign in with Google. So you won't have to remember a password for that one. But make sure that before you're done with today's lesson that you guys have you've watched the video, you've signed up for uscience.com for you've created your file or your folder into your Google Drive, and you signed up for code.org. You've got all your passwords written down. So you need your regular computer password, you need your Google password and usernames. And the last one was Hack. Hack should be the exact same as what you had before. Hack is where you check your grades. So it should be the exact same as what it was last year. If you cannot remember it, email me, and there's a process I'll have to go to try to get it maybe reset. But email me personally, and we can get that figured out. But anyways, I think that's today's lesson. That's all you guys have to do for today. Make sure you know how to get on, log on to all those. You guys can look through them if you'd like. We'll start using them starting probably tomorrow. So thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.